Hey YouTube, this is Troy. This video is going to be about I've had a couple of requests on or some questions around how I made the doors for this particular stand. So this is going to be a short video where I'm just going to kind of explain the different tools I used just to quickly build this particular door. First, I'm gonna open the door and look at the back side. Kind of helps explain it a little bit. The door has, two vertical pieces here. There's one. There's the other. Two horizontal. You can see kind of what these are the holes for where the screws went in. And then a center, basically a center piece as well. So this is the frame, the outside, the two vertical pieces and the horizontal pieces are all 1 by 4 inch pine, and the center piece is a 1/4 inch veneered plywood. I don't know if it's pine or maple or whatever I used. It's probably pine because I painted it. So it uses pocket screws, and I'll show you what those are here, but basically what you do is you cut everything to size, however size you want for your opening, and when everything's free, you use a jig, which I'll show you, to create these pocket holes where the screws will go into. And basically you end up screwing this piece right into this piece here. As you screw the pieces together, you definitely want to clamp them together. So you'll want to clamp when you're connecting this piece to the side here. Clamp it. Make sure it's flush, and that way it won't move around when you're screwing it. Screw it in. Do the same down here. I'll talk about how I routed a groove in here so that 1/4 inch plywood slides in to that groove, and then clamp this end in, screw this end in, and then if you want to router the edge like I did, you can, and whatnot. So then basically you get the door at that point. I routed these edges prior to basically assembling the door, and so that's kind of the finished product. Now over here I have the jig I used. This creates the pocket screws. It's the same concept. They asked me on the Canopy. Same concept on the Canopy. You got your vertical and your horizontal styles. They're all screwed together using pocket screws. And basically how this jig works, I got some scratch wood here. Hold on 1 second, sorry for the camera work. But basically, you take, in the case of this front panel for my Canopy, this piece right here, we clamped in like this, and then that drill bit basically goes down into these guide holes, and you drill in a pocket hole, and then these screws here are basically what you use to screw the thing together. So you can kind of get a good shot of it here. Everything's screwed together. The one key is you'll want to test this. The jig comes with guides and whatnot on how deep to set it based on the width of your wood and everything. It actually comes with a video. You can get this jig at Lowe's. I'm going to set it aside. But you can get that jig at Lowe's. I can't remember how much I paid for it, but I think it was $100. So it comes with some screws. It comes with the drill bit. It also comes with a driving bit for the screws, and that's what I used basically And it works pretty slick. I mean, you really get a super tight joint. If you're not like a super awesome skilled woodworker, you know, you can get a really decent joint, and it's super tight. The thing of it is, like I said, you know, you'll want to test it on some wood first. Don't go ahead and have your finished pieces and then, you know, screw it or start drilling it and find out that you have it set wrong and the holes are too shallow or too deep, and it's just gonna end up pissing you off. But that's just a little tidbit that I learned from it. And then the other tip that I have is definitely clamp your two pieces together that you're going to screw together. Okay? Now, the center panel. This center panel is free in here. It can move around. It's just riding inside a groove. And there's several different ways of creating a groove. What I did is I used this router table. Okay? And some of you may have a setup like this. I had all these tools, so it was not a big deal. I did not go buy all these tools to put this stand together. But basically the bit I used in my router, I don't have my router mounted on here, is this 1/4 inch bit here. I don't know how well the camera's picking that up. But that will, when it runs along the wood here, it'd create a 1/4 inch groove. So when it ran along here, it created a 1/4 inch groove. Now this is 3/4 inch thick wood, so I ran a 1/4 inch groove right down the center of it. Okay? And that's what you see here, all the way down, and also on the side pieces here. What I did is, you know, you can't, it's probably a 1/2 inch deep, or 3/8 of an inch deep, but you can't take all that wood away in one pass. So you basically have, you know, 1/8 of an inch or 2/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch, and you do a pass, and then you raise the bit up, you do another pass, you raise the bit up, you do another pass, you kind of get the gist, and then you have your groove. And I basically did it on this router table. I have some clamps that will basically hold the wood down. And I can run it through, and it worked pretty slick. So that's how I assembled the door. I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting anything, but and then from there, you know, you can route. I mean, I used the router table to route this edge here. Actually, it might be easier to see on here. It's not painted, so to route that edge there. Here, and then I also just took a little notch here out. You know, the nice thing about having a little notch here, just like a little V notch here, is if these don't line up perfect, it kind of hides it. And so that V notch just ran all the way through here. It's ran here. It's ran here. It's ran here, and it's ran through here. And then here's the just kind of a round off. Same doors are the same exact thing. So, so hopefully that will kind of clue you into how I did it. Again, you know, I already invested in the router table. The only thing that I bought for this was that jig. All of this I think I got at Lowe's, including the router table, probably including my router. But that's basically how it works, and even the side panels, you can see it's kind of hidden, but you can see the side panels to the canopy are the same as well. And if you watch the video on how I created the frame for the stand used pocket holes as well. So I definitely got the use out of the jig. Totally. So for me, that's kind of how I did it. You know, in another video, I have a 30-gallon tank set up, and it's on a stand that I built probably 5-6 years ago, and the doors on that stand are store-bought, and so that's definitely a different avenue you can go. You can go to like a Home Depot or a Menards, and they just have finished doors of various sizes. You can go in there and just buy the door and then do whatever you want with it. Mount it to your cabinet, and then you don't have to worry about making the door, and you get a really nice looking door. So I'll show you that on a different video, but hopefully this answers anyone's questions. Thanks for watching my videos. If you do have questions, go ahead and comment, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. All right, later.